Hi guys, so we're living in the upside down, truly living in the upside down here, where up is down and down is up, and where logic and reason have gone completely out of the window. There's a heavy goods vehicle driver shortage. This is due to the ending of freedom of movement, a cornerstone of Brexit, which means that Great Britain, which has relied on foreign drivers for decades, is now finding itself without them. So if Brexit had not happened, the UK would be in the same boat as other European countries. Yes, a chronic shortage of drivers, but it would be able to manage it. It wouldn't be seeing fuel shortages and empty supermarket shelves. But Grant Shapps, the Transport Secretary, has different ideas. Brexit is actually helping. Yes, let's hear what he had to say.
How much is Brexit to blame?
Well, I've seen people point to Brexit as if it's the culprit here. In fact, they're wrong. Not only are there very large and even larger shortages in other EU countries like Poland and Germany, which clearly can't be to do with Brexit, but actually because of Brexit, I've been able to change the law and alter the way that our driving tests operate in a way that I could not have done if we were still part of the EU. So
let's just let him finish.
Brexit actually has provided part of the solution of giving more slots available for HGV tests, and a lot more, twice as many tests available now than before the pandemic. A large proportion of those I've only been able to do because we're no longer actually in the EU.
Okay.
Okay, so let me get this straight. If the UK had remained within the EU, there would still be shortages. Shortage of drivers, okay. But by leaving the EU, it freed up the UK to hire more drivers. But then why are we seeing empty supermarket shelves, and why are we seeing this week queues for petrol? Obviously, leaving the EU did not help. Now he says, well, there are shortages in Germany and Poland. These are two countries he gave as examples. Now, people have contradicted Poland. Let's say, for the sake of argument, Poland and Germany also have a shortage of heavy goods vehicle drivers. Then why isn't that manifesting in a shortage of goods on supermarket shelves? Why aren't there queues for petrol and diesel and whatever at petrol stations? That's not happening in Poland and in Germany. So Grant Shapps is saying, basically, if I'm understanding correctly, by leaving the EU, we have these we don't have these shortages. These shortages happen anyway. But by leaving the EU, it allows us to make the tests easier and hire more drivers. But you're not hiring more drivers, even if you're making the tests easier. Surely if leaving the EU would make things better, then things wouldn't get worse. You would be in a better state than the European Union. The European Union would be facing empty supermarket shelves and queues for petrol, not the UK. So is Grant Shapps an idiot, or is he just lying? But I just want to remind you of what somebody said about freedom of movement some time ago.
And as Home Secretary, at this defining moment in our country's history, I have a particular responsibility when it comes to taking back control. It is to end the free movement of people once and for all.
So, ending freedom of movement once and for all. And this is the consequence, as I said before, of ending freedom of movement. There aren't enough lorry drivers. There aren't enough people to pick fruit and vegetables. There aren't enough people to work in the processing plants. And the consequence, of course, is empty supermarket shelves and queues for petrol. But this is a benefit of Brexit, it seems. I truly hope that the government will do a U-turn. But if you have people like Grant Shapps saying that everything is fine, that it's actually a benefit, then I think this U-turn is going to be a long way down the road. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.